Welcome back to the Financial Literacy YouTube channel, where we empower you with valuable knowledge to navigate the complex world of finance. In today's episode, we will delve into the concept of gross domestic product, or GDP. GDP is a fundamental measure that reflects the health and performance of an economy. By understanding GDP, you'll gain valuable insights into economic growth, living standards, and overall financial well-being. So, let's embark on this educational journey and explore the significance of GDP together. Before we dive deeper into GDP, let's start by understanding its definition. GDP represents the total value of all final goods and services produced within a country's borders during a specific period, typically a year. It measures the nation's economic output and serves as a barometer of its economic health. But GDP is much more than just a numerical value. It provides critical insights into the growth, development, and performance of an economy. To comprehend GDP comprehensively, we must examine its components. GDP is composed of four main categories: consumption, investment, government spending, and net exports. 1. Consumption. This category represents the total expenditure on goods and services by households and individuals. It includes purchases of items such as food, clothing, healthcare, and transportation. 2. Investment. Investment comprises business spending on capital goods, such as machinery, equipment, and infrastructure, which are used in the production process. It also includes expenditures on research and development, as well as changes in inventories. 3. Government spending. This component encompasses the expenditure by the government on public goods and services, such as education, defense, healthcare, and infrastructure. It does not include transfer payments, like social security benefits. 4. Net exports. Net exports capture the difference between the value of a country's exports and imports. If exports exceed imports, it leads to a trade surplus, contributing positively to GDP. Conversely, if imports surpass exports, it results in a trade deficit, negatively impacting GDP. To measure GDP accurately, economists employ various calculation methods, each suited for specific situations. 1. Expenditure approach. This method adds up the expenditures on goods and services made by different entities, such as households, businesses, government, and foreign buyers. It's the most commonly used approach for calculating GDP. 2. Income approach. The income approach estimates GDP by summing up the incomes earned by individuals and businesses engaged in the production of goods and services. It includes wages, profits, rents, and interest. 3. Production approach. Also known as the value-added approach, this method calculates GDP by adding up the value added at each stage of production. It avoids double counting by focusing on the additional value created during each step. Understanding GDP's importance goes beyond its definition and components. GDP plays a pivotal role in informing policymakers, economists, and investors about the state of an economy. Let's explore its significance and limitations. 1. Economic growth. GDP growth indicates the expansion or contraction of an economy. Positive GDP growth signifies increased production and improved living standards, while negative growth may signal a recession or economic downturn. 2. Standard of living. GDP per capita, which is calculated by dividing GDP by the population, provides insights into the average income and standard of living within a country. However, it doesn't account for income distribution disparities and quality of life factors. 3. Policy formulation. Governments utilize GDP data to formulate and assess economic policies. It helps them identify sectors that require support or stimulus, determine taxation policies, and allocate resources efficiently. 4. International comparisons. GDP enables comparisons of economic performance among countries. It helps identify global economic powerhouses, track emerging markets, and assess trade imbalances. Despite its significance, GDP has certain limitations that must be acknowledged: quality of life. GDP doesn't consider non-economic aspects that contribute to well-being, such as education, healthcare, environmental sustainability, and overall happiness. Informal economy. GDP calculations often overlook informal economic activities, such as unreported or cash-based transactions, leading to an incomplete representation of economic output. Income inequality. GDP fails to reflect income distribution disparities within a country. A high GDP per capita may coexist with significant wealth gaps, indicating unequal wealth distribution. As our understanding of economics evolves, experts are exploring alternative measures that go beyond GDP to provide a more holistic assessment of economic well-being. Here are a few noteworthy supplemental measures. Gross National Happiness, GNH. Developed by Bhutan, GNH emphasizes well-being and happiness as the ultimate goals of economic and social development, considering factors such as spiritual, physical, and social well-being. Human Development Index, HDI. The HDI considers factors such as life expectancy, education, and income to provide a more comprehensive picture of human development, rather than just economic growth. Genuine Progress Indicator, GPI. The GPI takes into account economic, environmental, and social factors to evaluate the overall progress and well-being of a society. It aims to capture the costs and benefits associated with economic activity. Congratulations! You've now acquired a solid understanding of GDP and its significance in assessing the health and performance of an economy. Remember, GDP serves as a vital tool for policymakers, investors, and economists, but it's essential to recognize its limitations. As our society evolves, the need for comprehensive measures that incorporate various dimensions of well-being becomes more apparent. Exploring alternative measures, such as GNH, HDI, and GPI, can provide a more holistic perspective on the true state of our economies and societies. We hope this video has shed light on the concept of GDP and inspired you to delve further into the fascinating world of economics. Remember, financial literacy is the key to making informed decisions and securing a prosperous future. Stay tuned for more enlightening episodes, and until next time, keep expanding your financial knowledge and embracing the power of understanding.